going on? How you doing? Help feed the homeless, man. I appreciate all the stuff you send out every day, man. I appreciate your good mornings and all your well wishes that you always send out. Latos official, I see you. It's all good, you know. What's going on, my brother? Ishmael, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Jorge, the one and only. What's going on, y'all? It's all good. Getting everything together right now. Good to see you guys, man. Good to see all of you. Really appreciate you guys. All right, so let's start to get into this. You guys don't know, man. I'm ODogg, Anti-Imperial, ThaChill. That's my artist name. I'm a musician. But even more than that, I love people, man. I love helping people out. I love just people feeling good about themselves and things that happen in their life, you know. I see you. What's going on, man? Pardon. Back again. I see you, my brother. Boss lady. What's going on, sister? How you doing, beautiful? But even more than that, Ashley Elizabeth, the one and only. Even more than that, being, a musician, man, I like to help people out, man, and just do things to see people improve their lives. Even through my music, man, like, my name is ODogg, Anti-Imperial, ThaChill. I see you, amigos. And what's going on, Sonia? A superstar. But even more than that, man, those three names, are three different things. It's all good, boss lady. It's good. I'm glad you came through, sister. Those three names are very important because that middle name, you have ODogg, who's like the kind of gangster thug guy, right? He's like sexually explicit. That's that side. The Anti-Imperial name, that name that's in the middle, Anti-Imperial, that's kind of like, it's in the middle because that's significant because that's really who I am, to the core. And that's the guy who, who's all about politics. I see you, hooray. He's all about politics and history and social issues and psychological issues and things like that. That's Anti-Imperial. So that's essentially who I am to the core. And then the last name is ThaChill, and he's more about romance and family and falling in love and things like that. So that's who I am, man. And we do this every Sunday and Wednesday evening. And we do this Sunday and Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. And that would be on United States Eastern Time Zone. So U.S. Eastern Time Zone. I see you, Cindy. U.S. Eastern Time Zone. We do this. It's called Diversity Outspoken. 9 p.m. Wednesdays and Sundays. I see you. Who's that? Ayan. I see you. What's going on, Adrian? And we call it Diversity Outspoken, you guys, because, I speak about a diverse range of topics, which means like pretty much anything is open, right? And every show or every day that we do this, we have a different topic. I try to have a different topic unless it's a topic that's important, like the one tonight, to where we have a part 2 from the part 1 that we had on Sunday. Right, so Diversity Outspoken. I'm outspoken about a diverse range of topics, and that's how we come up with that name, Diversity Outspoken. I want to give a shout out to Maka, which means the soul of the earth, and they help me out with a lot of things in AITV. You guys always check out my if you check out my Instagram page, you can see my daily historical post. I see you, Jose. And I do those every day, and I do every day like something that happened in history on that particular day, but in a year gone past, of course. And today was really, big, with about John Brown. If you guys want to see that, you can go back and see that also. I also put that in my story towards the end of the day. So it's in my story, and it's on my post from today earlier. My YouTube channel, you guys will start to see these on YouTube also, these Instagram, these IG lives. And they will be on YouTube. I'm going to start putting them every, 2 days, starting tomorrow. And I see you, Carmen. All right. I see all of you guys. I see you, 522. What's going on? But I'll start to put these, and on YouTube, man, you guys can go there, subscribe if you want to. I hope you guys subscribe. But on YouTube, it's Anti-Imperial. It's just Anti-Imperial with a space in between. YouTube is Anti-Imperial or Anti-Imperial. Looking this way, Anti-Imperial on YouTube. On Instagram, you guys are on Instagram already, so you know that. But for everybody that's going to watch this on YouTube, on Instagram, my Instagram handle is at anti_imperial. So on Instagram, it's an underscore, anti_imperial. On YouTube, it is simply Anti-Imperial. For all of you guys that are on Instagram right now, after we get off or whatever, if you want to see my YouTube channel and things like that, so you can kind of see, my latest video is on my bio page. So on my IG, my Instagram bio page, there's a link. Click right there, and you can see my latest video called What We're Here For. And that's why the teacher says what we're, because it's part of what the song is called, What We're Here For. And that is the latest video, and that is by ThaChill. That is the chill section of me. It's a love song. It's about romance and things like that. So go check that out. Okay. Now, as we get into this, you guys, and continue from Sunday, I just want to say always that I try not to keep you guys for too long. Sunday we went to, when I got off, I saw we were at 37 minutes. Didn't seem like 37 minutes for all of you guys who were here, on here with me. But I guess that's a good thing, right? The conversation kind of went fast. Didn't even feel like 37 minutes. But I try not to keep you for that long, you guys. That was a Sunday. So you guys were ending the weekend, which isn't too bad. But tonight is a Wednesday. And I know that a lot of you guys work today. You guys have work tomorrow. And I would not want to keep you for that long. So we're going to try to get through this as quickly as possible today and finish off this part 2. All I ask is that we all respect one another. We might disagree on things. But if anybody says anything that you disagree with, or if I say anything that you disagree with, just, you can make your voice heard in a respectful manner. I try not to stop anybody from expressing their opinions. I just want it done in a respectful manner. We can respectfully disagree and continue to do it that way. But all of you guys are welcome to have your voice heard. And if I see you guys say something, I'll try to respond to it. Right? If I don't get to everybody, don't take it personally. I try to respond if I can and move on, you guys. Okay? All right, so let's get right back into it, man. So Sunday, we went over the first part, and we were talking about how to handle a relationship in a positive way, a breakup, right? So when a relationship comes to an end, how to handle those things in a positive way so that we don't turn to the negative things, right? We don't turn to the drinking to try to get over it. We don't turn to the drugs to try to get over it and things like that. So we went through some positive elements that we can use to handle a bad breakup or a hard breakup, right? So the first thing we went through, we said that I'll quickly, review this before we go on. The first thing we said that we could, talk it out, right? Talking it out is a good way of doing it. Talking to somebody that talking to a family member, talking to a friend. But we said that if you do talk to somebody, make sure you're talking to somebody who has your best interest at heart. Make sure you're not talking to somebody who just wants to hear themselves speak, right? You have some people that want to just hear themselves speak. You have some people that want to just say, that they want to just come out and say, well, either I told you so, or they want to come out and say, well, I know the answer to this, and I like to hear myself speak. Make sure that that you guys don't go through that, right? So talk it out, but talk to somebody who does truly care for you, somebody who does truly love you, somebody who does have your best interests at their heart, right? And if you're on the opposite side of that, if you're on the opposite side of that and somebody wants to talk to you about their bad breakup, make sure that you listen, make sure that you don't cut them off. Make sure that you listen to everything they have to say. Make sure that you don't just want yourself to be heard, right? Make sure you're not, conceited like that to where you just want your voice to be heard, but you're really there as a friend to really hear what they have to say and really understand what they're saying. That being said, though, we did go over that if you are listening to somebody else talk about their problems, if you are listening to somebody else talk about the way they feel, make sure that you give them realistic responses, right? Make sure that you don't just become a yes man or yes woman for them. Make sure that, how you doing, Leslie? Make sure that you tell them exactly the truth. Make sure that if, for example, if the breakup happened because their boyfriend or their girlfriend cheated on them, but they've cheated on their boyfriend or their girlfriend in the past, well then say, I understand what you're saying. Let them get everything off of their chest. Say, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, you yourself cheated a lot. You yourself cheated yourself. So make sure that oh, I appreciate it. It's all good. We'll go over that. Maybe one day I'll have a thing about that. It's really quite simple, though. It's really quite simple. I make sure that I grease my parts and just things like that. Keep it washed and conditioned this, and gel it down sometimes, and that's the best way of doing it, right? But there was a question about my hair. If anybody's wondering, she's like the secrets of my hair. But that's kind of how it goes. What's going on, radio? How you doing, my brother? Pasco 1010. But we went through that, right? So that was the talk it out portion. We also said to walk it out, and we'll get more into that. And that has to do with exercise. Take a walk. Think about everything that you're going through, and that can kind of relieve going through that bad breakup, right? Take a walk, get to outside, smell some fresh air, and things like that. We went through that. Shut it out. We went through that. Shut it out was part of get off of their social media, people. Get off of their social media. Don't be stalking them on their social media. And so that was part of the shut it out. That was don't try to look at their social media. Try not to look at their social media. And just try to ignore them altogether if you really want to get over that bad breakup. Okay? So try not to do that. All right? So that was part of the shut it out. Shut them out of your life. Try not to hold on to anything in that way, shape, or form, or fashion. All right, so the next thing that we briefly went over, I think is where we left off, and that was the seek it out. And that, when we spoke about that, we started to speak about many, in a much more serious way. Suicide, depression came up, and things like that. So that was the seek it out, you guys. And as we said on Sunday, the other day, last show, make sure that if you guys are starting to feel suicidal and very depressed, that you reach out to family members and friends first to get that off of your chest. And if you can't find the solace or the comfortability or the comfort within them and speaking to them, make sure that you do seek professional help. In every country, we do have there are suicidal or suicide prevention hotlines. You can easily Google that and make sure you find the one that's closest to you, or the one that attends to your area, your country, or your region, or your state, or your city, or your village, right? And that was the seek it out portion. Okay, that was the seek it out portion. The next thing I want to go over, you guys, is kind of like, I see you, Paulino, it's kind of the watch out, right? So the watch out is also very important. And that also deals with the whole thing with suicide. So not only do you talk to other people if you're feeling depressed and things like that, also you need to watch out for yourself and notice the signs. Notice the signs when you're really feeling like you're getting down, when you don't want to get out of your bed, when you for 1 day, 2 days, for 2 days, for a weekend, that's understandable. But let's say if you start to miss work for an entire week because you're laying in bed because you're depressed, you really need to talk to somebody, you guys. Let's say if your performance at work is starting to suffer in a major way because of your depression. That is a tell sign that you may need professional help, that you may need to call somebody, that you may need to call a hotline, or you may need to go seek a counselor, But like I always say, man, talk to somebody that is in your family or a friend of yours. Talk first, and then from there, if that doesn't work, then seek more professional help. So the next thing I want to go through, you guys, is to write it out. We didn't go over that. Write it out. You know, I'm a musician, right? So, and you know, I create all my own music. I write all my own music, and you know, my specialty is musical notation. So, you know, I like to take, you know, sounds that have never existed, like this, right? Like the silence of this room right now, and take this, and from this start with one musical note of a guitar sound in my mind, or a piano sound in my mind, or a violin sound in my mind, and to start to write those notes for every instrument that I'm hearing in my mind, and then put it all together, and you know, hire the orchestras to play all those instruments that I've written, and to bring that together, and then to write to that instrumental that I created. is something that I do to get things off of my mind. You know, something that I do for kind of therapy is to write music. You know, and music is my therapy, I would say. And I think that writing things out, man, you know, writing out your problems, whether it's through poetry, whether it's through music, whether it's through, and this will go into something that we'll discuss probably next time when it comes to stress and anxiety, writing out your problems can really help you with anxiety. That can really, really help you with stress and anxiety, is writing out your problems. So write it out, man. Write out, even if you have a bad breakup and you write a letter to the individual that you broke up to, but you never send it to them. You just write it, right? You write it out to get what you're feeling off of your chest. And you can write it because sometimes, you guys, what happens is if you write something out that you're not going to send to somebody, then you really don't write it with truthfulness and accuracy. So when you first write something out, you can write it out, and you can write it out with perfect intention on sending it to them one day. So when you write something out, write it out and think, you know what? One day I may cross paths with this person again. One day me and this person may become friends again in the future once this bad breakup is all over. And at that time, I'll show them this letter that I'm writing. I'll show them what I was feeling at this particular time in history. And so write out your truthfulness. Write out the way that you really, really feel, you know, and if you write it out, man, and write your problems out, write out what your heart, what your soul is really feeling, that will help you out. That will help you deal with that bad breakup. That will help you get through it in a much easier way if you write it out, right? So we have writing it out. You need to be careful with trying to suppress the way that you feel, right? I know that sometimes when you're going through a bad breakup and things like that, it might be embarrassing, or you might feel embarrassed to talk to other individuals because you feel embarrassed that the relationship did not work out. You may feel embarrassed that, or may feel like a failure that your family is no longer together, right? But don't feel that way. Understand that a lot of relationships don't work out. In fact, most relationships don't work out, right? So you're in the majority if you're in a relationship that doesn't work out. Remember that whatever you're going through, there's somebody down the street from you, there's somebody down the block from you, there's somebody around the corner from you that has gone through the same thing recently that you're starting to go through, or is about to start to go through the same thing that you're going through at this particular time, right? So don't feel like you're ever alone. Don't feel like you're a failure, you're different because your relationship didn't work out. Man, there's so many people around you that are going through things that you have no idea. When you're walking through the mall, when you're walking through a grocery store, when you're out there and you're shopping, when you're on the street and there's a car next to you, you have no idea what that person that's next to you is going through, right? You have no idea when you're walking through that grocery store, those eyes that you pass by, or those people that you pass as you're walking down those aisles and getting food, or as you're walking through the mall, those different families that you pass, those people that you pass, you have no idea what's behind those eyes. You have no idea. What's going on, beautiful Jewel? You have no idea who's there, you guys. Like, who's behind those eyes. You have no idea the pain they're going through. You have no idea that when you leave that mall and when they leave that mall, their life might be 10 times worse than yours. Right? So don't ever feel embarrassed about what you're going through. Don't ever feel like you're the only one, you know. Don't ever feel like you're the only one going through it, okay? Don't suppress those feelings. Make sure you get those feelings out, all right? Again, man, take care of your body, you know. Gazo, I see you. Make sure you take care of your body. Man, sometimes, and let me just say this, you guys. Sometimes going on a breakup diet. Sometimes going on a breakup diet to get that revenge body may be a good idea, right? So sometimes when you go through a breakup, man, maybe you need to refocus and say, you know what? Because all right, let's be honest, you guys. Let's be honest. When you're in a relationship, a lot of times you kind of let yourself go sometimes because, first of all, and I think there's multiple reasons for this, right? Well, I see you, man. I see you, Trotter Maritza, and God bless you as a cancer survivor that you are. I see you, and we're glad you're still here with us, you know, and we're glad you can be here with us tonight, man. You know, sister, and I see you, and I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that, you know, you survived cancer. That's really important, man. And cancer. And we'll touch on this another night, man. But cancer is something that that's like the one thing that a lot of people just never defeat. You know, cancer is a hard thing. You know, that a lot of people just really never ever defeat. You know, so we're really glad that you're here. We're really glad that you're here. Really glad you're here with us. Being that's the case, you guys. When you're with somebody in a relationship for multiple amounts of reasons, you may let your body go, right? One of the reasons is that, you know, a lot of times you feel like, you know, I have the person that I want to be with, and you want to spend as much time with that person, and therefore a lot of times if that person is not into physical fitness, if that individual is not into going to the gym or exercising or taking walks or taking jogs or things like that, then you kind of start to adapt to that person's life, right? A lot of times when you're in love, and a lot of times when you're the one who loves more, it seems like you change yourself to adapt to the other person's lifestyle. And if the other person, if fitness is not a priority in your partner's lifestyle, then a lot of times you will let yourself go and adapt to your partner's lifestyle. And so when you're in love also, you guys, you want to spend as much time as you want with that person. And a lot of times that means going out to eat together, right? Because those are moments shared. And, you know, and you guys who love to eat, I love to eat, right? But you guys who love to eat, as far as tasting really good food, you know, I wouldn't consider myself a foodie, but for you guys who like to taste really good food and like to have the taste of that good food in your mouth and the texture of that food in your mouth and things like that, eating is something that you do with your partner that you can look forward to. I mean, it's something that you kind of get excited for inside. You know, it's something that you really kind of, your endorphins start to kind of run, and you start to get fulfilled with happiness when you guys are going out to eat together, right? So going out to eat a lot, you guys, when you're in a relationship, that kind of takes priority in a relationship a lot of times over fitness also. And then when you have the person that you're in love with, a lot of times you kind of feel like, well, and I think you do this without even really thinking about it. But I think in the back of your mind, you kind of feel like, well, you know what? They love me. I'm in love. I feel good. This is going to last forever. and you really don't think that you see yourself as the same, and even if you are, changing, your body's changing or gaining weight and stuff like that, you don't really see it the way they may see it, because you feel so good inside, because you're so fulfilled with the love and the relationship that you're involved in at that particular moment, So, so make sure that, man, that, once a relationship ends and a relationship is over, that you may need to go on that breakup diet. You may need to go and get that revenge body, people. Get that revenge body so that you're feeling better, and just a little icing on top of the on top of the cake, right? Just a little cherry on top. The next time you run into your ex and you're looking much better, that's like a little cherry on top, right? A little icing on top of the cake for your revenge body, So, so a breakup diet may be something that also makes you feel better if you're going through a bad breakup and getting that revenge body. Okay, make sure you guys do that. Okay, take care of your body. Also, you guys, take care of your body as far as what you eat. I think we went over this the show before last, to where what you eat also affects how you feel. My favorite food in the world is fruit. So fruit is by far, since I was a little kid, firstborn, by far, fruit is my favorite food, right? So, like the cliche that they show in advertisements and on TV and things like that, especially during Valentine's Day and things like that. Like, they show that chocolate is what females love, right? Like, chocolate is, females love chocolate and things like that. Well, fruit is my chocolate, basically. Fruit is basically my chocolate. So fruit is my favorite food, and that's what I eat to make myself feel better. Sorry about that. That's what I eat to make myself feel better, is fruit. And man, if I could eat fruit every day and nothing else, I definitely would. If I could eat fruit every day and nothing else, I definitely would. All right? Okay, take care, Trout and Marissa. But that's my favorite food, is fruit. But what you put into your body, you guys, is really going to affect how you are emotionally and how you are mentally. What you put into your body will really affect that. All right? So make sure you eat right. Try to eat kind of healthy, because when you eat healthy, you will feel better. All right? When you eat healthy, you will feel better. Try to stay away from the candy and junk food. Try to stay away from soda. Try to stay away from the sodas and the alcohol, you guys. Sodas and alcohol. Soda is nothing but liquid candy, and the alcohol will make you more depressed if you're going through that bad situation. Okay, so be careful with the sodas. Be careful with the alcohol. Be careful with the candy. And definitely try to eat fresh fruits and fresh greens if you're really going through something bad, because that will make you feel better, right? As we stated before, man, to get over this bad breakup, man, always exercise. Go out, walk. You don't have to hit exercise really hard. Don't over-exercise, man, but go out, walk, listen to music. You don't have to jog or run, but go take a walk. And you know what you can do? You guys, let's say if you want to walk for an hour, right? If you want to walk for an hour, all that you have to do is, on your phone or on your watch, if you have like an iWatch or something like that, on your phone or on your watch or anything, just set the alarm for like 30 minutes. Walk in one direction. After the 30 minutes, when the alarm goes off, turn around and walk back home. And that will be your hour walk, right? Because if you're walking in one direction for 30 minutes, then the alarm goes off, you can turn around and walk back home, and that will be 30 more minutes, and that's your hour walk. Okay, so you can just do that. So that way you don't have to think like, okay, I'm walking into no man's land, and I'm walking for an undisputed amount, undetermined amount of time, which I don't know, right? So you can time your walks, man. You can tell your family, look, I'll be back in an hour. Walk 30 minutes, set the alarm for 30 minutes, and walk back to your house or apartment or where your domicile, your domicile for 30 more minutes, and that will be your hour-long walk, right? You can also, and we're going to start to bring this to an end, but you can also remind yourself of all the great things in life, you guys. You can remind yourself of all the great things in your life that's occurring. Maybe you've had a promotion at your job. Maybe even though the relationship is over, you guys have beautiful young children. Maybe, you've gotten a new car. Maybe things are going really good at work or anything like that. You can even remind yourself of good things that happened in the relationship. You can say, well, you know what? The relationship went wrong, but man, we have 3 beautiful children out of this relationship. The relationship went wrong, but you know what? My partner, my boyfriend or my girlfriend, my husband or my wife, they really taught me a lot. I'm much better off now. I'm a much better person now than I was whatever years ago when this relationship started. So you can remind yourself of these positive things that happen in the relationship, even though the relationship is over. And better than that, definitely remind yourself of the positive things that are occurring in your life, even though the relationship is over, and that will make you definitely feel better. You can also say, I see you, Raul. I see you, Sydney loves Mustangs. And you can also really look at things that may be coming along down the pipe, right? So things that in the future, maybe you're filling out job applications for a new job, right? And things like that. And use those things to also make you feel better after a tough breakup, right? So those things will also help you and make you feel better after a tough breakup, Do things that you love, people. Make sure you do things that you love. Make sure you go out, whatever you love. Sometimes we're in relationships, man. The things that we did when we were single before the relationship happened, we let go in the relationship. I just got finished a little while ago explaining how sometimes if we're the ones that love a little bit more in the relationship, if we're the ones that care about the other person a little bit more than they love or care about us, if we're the ones that are actually pursuing and trying to make this relationship work, we might give up who we were and adapt to their lifestyle. So a lot of times, things that you love to do, you may give up. You may have loved to be a dancer, but your partner, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, your husband or your wife, they don't like to dance. So now you're not dancing anymore all of these years that you were in the relationship, right? You may love art. You may love going to the museum, but your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your husband or your wife thought that was a waste of time and going to the museum was stupid. So now you didn't go to the museum for the past 5 or 7 or 10 years, really, that you were in a relationship. You may love the outdoors. You may love going camping. You may love hiking. You may love swimming and snorkeling and scuba diving. But your partner, your boyfriend or girlfriend, your husband or your wife, they never liked that. So you gave that up to spend time with them, right? You gave that up in your life. And doing that, you guys, you gave up those parts of yourself. Now that this relationship is over, part of the way to get yourself back is to go back and do those things you love to do. Go back and do those things that meant so much to you, you guys. Okay? Make sure you do that, man, because you'll find yourself again, and you'll find your happiness again, and it'll help you get through things in a much more positive way and much quicker while this relationship is coming to an end. Always find yourself at the end of the day. And when you're in a relationship, try not to lose yourself when you're in these relationships. Try to hold on to who you are, because who you are is very important. And you don't want to let that go, right? So, this right here, you guys, was part 2. The second part of positive ways to deal with a breakup. I'm going to stop right here because I never want to hold you guys for too long. And Instagram will cut me off after an hour. And I don't know how long we've been on here. But the next show, what we're going to get into is how to deal with stress and anxiety. Positive ways to deal with stress and anxiety. Some of these things we've gone through over the past 2 days during the past 2 shows will come back into play, but in a different format. There'll be a slightly different twist to it because we'll be talking about stress and anxiety, right? I see you, beautiful Jewel. I appreciate the support. And I see you, Raul. I see you with the So True. Again, this is Diversity Outspoken. We do this every Wednesday and every Sunday. Every Wednesday and every Sunday at 9 o'clock p.m. United States Eastern Time Zone. United States Eastern Time Zone, 9 o'clock p.m. every Wednesday night and every Sunday night. And we call this Diversity Outspoken because we speak about a diverse range of topics, and I am outspoken about everything. So I speak my truth, and I just tell it like it is, you know. And again, you guys, I respect all of you, whether you agree with me or disagree with me, man. I love you all. I respect all of your views, you know. I hope all of you guys have a great week. My name is ODogg, Anti-Imperial, ThaChill. On YouTube, it is Anti-Imperial, just with a space in between, Anti-Imperial on YouTube. On Instagram, it's Anti_Imperial, at Anti_. On Instagram, there's an underscore between the Anti and Imperial. On YouTube, it's just Anti and Imperial. An easy way to find me on YouTube is, if you're on Instagram right now looking at this, is to simply go to my Instagram bio page, go to my IG bio page, and there's a link, and it's a link to my latest video. And you can click on that link, you'll see the latest video, which is called What We're Here For. And when you click and see that link to the latest video, the video will start playing, and then you can just hit the little subscribe button that's right there in the corner as the video is playing, right? And that's how that goes. So, man, check out my daily historical posts. I post them every day, you guys. They're to educate you guys and just let you know what was happening in history on that particular day, but in years gone past. I appreciate everything, you guys. What We're Here For is out now. Make sure you check out that lyric video, the lyric videos right now on the IG bio page, you guys, my Instagram bio page. You'll see that lyric video. What's going on, Mark Antoine? We're about to bring it to an end. My brother, I'm glad you were here to just come in at the very end and join us, my brother. How you doing, man? Always good to see you, Mark Antoine. Definitely. But yeah, you guys, that's what it is, man. The lyric breakdowns, Mark Antoine. I have more of those coming. I have the What We're Here For, you know, inside the lyrics. That's going to be coming in a couple of days. I appreciate everything, you guys. ODogg, Anti-Imperial, ThaChill. Check out that lyric video on the Instagram bio page. What We're Here For is out right now. It's a love song. It's totally ThaChill. The chill aspect of ODogg, Anti-Imperial, ThaChill is the chill aspect. It's a love song, man. And like I said, for everything, you guys, for all of you, my songs, man, I make, you know, and they're mostly talking about from a man to a woman, or woman to a man point of view, but my songs are for everybody to enjoy. It doesn't matter what type of relationship you're in. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Arab. Doesn't matter what it is, you guys. I'm inclusive for everybody, man. I love all cultures, all religions. If you're not religious at all, and my songs are for every relationship. Doesn't matter if you're in a relationship, guy, girl, man, woman, man, transsexual, woman, transsexual. It doesn't matter, you guys. So I appreciate that, Mark Antoine. We'll see what's up with that, man. We'll see what's up with Revolt TV. But yeah, my songs are for everybody to enjoy, man. I appreciate all the support. You guys take care. You guys can always DM me about anything. I love you guys out there, man. Have a great night. Have a great day. No matter where you are in the world, it's either day or it's night. Have a great rest of the week, you guys. I will see you guys on Sunday night. I will see you Sunday night, 9 o'clock p.m. Exactly, Stephen. It's humans, man. So we're all humans, you know. And that's the most important thing, man. Humanity, and we're all the same, you guys. No matter what color of your skin or anything like that. I love all of you guys equally. Okay? So, take care, you guys. All right? ODogg, Anti-Imperial, ThaChill. Diversity Outspoken. Wednesdays and Sundays, 9 p.m. United States Eastern Time. I'll see you next show, you guys. All right? Take care. Bye-bye. Peace. Bye.